Cao Mengde crossed the Douluo continent and bound the treasure mining system. As long as he dug up treasure, he could become stronger. Is it just that the location of this treasure is too unorthodox? Bibidong. Digging treasures and digging them onto this bed. Xian Rinxue. Shocked, can I still drop treasures on my wings? Hulina. Teacher, Cao Mengde. Stole my skirt. Tang San. Hurry up and get your dirty hands off me. Tang Hao. Iron is mine, mine. What is it about Cao Mengde? Xiaowu. Can you really dig out the treasure of the resurrected mother on my lap? Zhu Zhuqing. Stop scratching my cat's tail in order to become stronger. Cao Mengde could only reveal his true martial soul, golden right hand, and start digging for treasures. The first soul skill, pick. Second soul skill, grab. Third soul skill, bullet. The ninth soul skill, one of the divine hands. Keywords of the novel. Douluo. Digging for treasure to become stronger, encountering Bibidong at the beginning without a pop-up window, Douluo. Digging for treasure to become stronger, encountering Bibidong at the beginning. Download the full text of Douluo. Digging for treasure to become stronger, encountering Bibidong at the beginning. Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Treasure digging system, digging to Bibidong's bed. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 1 Treasure digging system, digging to Bibidong's bed. What are you doing under this bed? Douluo continent. Martial Soul Hall. Cao Mengde quietly infiltrated under Bibidong's bed. Pre-declaration. He is not a pervert. If you want to come under someone's bed to find some high heels or exchange them for stockings but to dig for treasures. Cao Mengde quickly found the specific location provided by the system. Look at him showing his right hand, his mind twitching slightly. At this moment, the right hand suddenly turned golden. Not bad, this is his true martial soul, his golden right hand. The first soul skill. Cut. Cao Mengde raised his middle finger and began digging and picking under Bibidong's bed. Hurry up. Hurry up and come out. If Bibidong comes back, he won't be able to fight. Years ago, Cao Mengde was admiring the masterpieces of Senior Ranran, Yuzumeo, Nana, and others who crossed their legs. Unfortunately, he passed out in a coma. After 2.5 days of crossing, he descended to the Douluo continent and bound the treasure mining system. As long as you dig treasures, you can become stronger. I don't know if the system is not serious or if the location of the treasure is not serious. For many years, Cao Mengde's figure either appeared at the widow's bedside or in the girl's private cloakroom. What do you call this thing? Saying he's here to dig treasures, who believes it? Regardless of whether others believe it or not, Cao Mengde elevated his soul power to the realm of tidal Douluo through his one-handed treasure mining system. Come out quickly. This floor is so hard, Cao Mengde is almost picking out the sparks. Soon. A dazzling light pierced into Cao Mengde's eyes. Wow, the golden legend. As the light dissipated, a card suddenly appeared. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained a soul power imprisonment experience card with a time limit of 3 hours. Is it an experience card again? Grass, can't we have something practical? Cao Mengde's face was full of displeasure. His treasure mining system has a characteristic of having the opportunity to excavate treasures associated with the target in exclusive areas. Bibidong is so powerful. I thought I would dig out several levels of soul power directly, and soul bones are also good. The soul power imprisonment card is definitely not as satisfying as improving one's strength. It's just that. Cao Mengde leaned out from under the bed, but fortunately, he also gained something. At the moment when I just looked up and stood up. A sexy high-heeled shoe, stepping on it head-on. Then there was the opening scene. It hurts so much, but it seems like there is a feeling of pain and happiness. What are you doing under this bed? What is this? Bibidong's voice. Cao Mengde turned his head hard and saw the sacred and noble face. At this point, the beautiful eyes were shining with cold light. I'm here to dig for treasure, do you believe me? Digging for treasures. Bibidong's expression couldn't help but freeze for a moment. Is there a treasure under her bed? Why doesn't she know? Suddenly, stepping on Cao Mengde's high heels, he exerted even more force and said, "Is this a 3-year-old child? There is a treasure under her bed, wouldn't she know? Still waiting for someone else to pick it up. Tell me, who exactly sent you here? Otherwise, I will kill you now." Bibidong is the Pope of the Martial Soul Hall, in charge of great power. I can't help but doubt it now. Which sect is this spy from, or is he the eyeliner of Douluo Hall? Cao Mengde, who had been trampled on by Bibidong all along, half of his face was tightly pressed against the ground, and his breathing was a bit difficult. I'm not from any sect, I'm a free soul master. I'm here to dig treasures under your bed, believe it or not. Upon hearing this, Bibidong's face turned cold, and his murderous heart surged. Bibidong suddenly discovered. Does this person actually possess the aura of a titled Douluo? Seeing that he is only around 18 years old, he is already a titled Douluo. So talented. Throughout the history of Douluo, there is no second person. But the other party possesses such strength, yet appears stealthily under her bed. This further confirms the identity of a spy in the sect. Not to mention it, right? There are plenty of means here to torture you. The words have just finished. Bibidong swung his scepter towards the ground, emitting a majestic wave of soul power. The third soul skill. Magic spider summoning. In an instant, a few spiders appeared from all over the bedroom, densely packed with nearly 100, crawling towards Cao Mengde. I'll give you another chance to reveal your identity and purpose. Otherwise, this seat will torment you completely. It is said that Bibidong is a ruthless person. I saw it today and it was indeed so. Just Cao Mengde didn't care at all. If he had been afraid before, now he is full of confidence. Don't forget. The treasure he just dug up under Bibidong's bed, soul power imprisonment card. Someone may say. You have already dug out the soul power imprisonment card, why not take it out and use it as soon as Bibidong appears? Don't ask. The question is that he wants to be stepped on by Bibidong for a while longer. Abnormal. Obscure. Shameless. Sorry. You want to be trampled on, you don't have that blessing yet. At present, it's different. If the serfs don't turn over and sing, they will really be trampled to death by Bibidong. System, use soul power to imprison cards, target, Bibidong, Cao Mengde silently recited in his heart. Soul power imprisonment card used successfully, with a time limit of 3 hours. Countdown now begins, still being so stubborn. Great, then let's experience the feeling of being slightly corroded by spider's flesh, and you should be very satisfied. Bibi's mouth slightly raised slightly. The proud expression just now suddenly became shocked. What's going on? Where's my spider? The spiders on the ground just now were empty and disappeared out of thin air. At this moment, Cao Mengde also stood up from the ground. After moving around, carefully examined the woman holding a scepter in front of her. Beautiful, sacred, noble, relaxed as for whether it is dark or not. Further verification is required. Aren't you just a big spider spirit? Cao Mengde finished teasing. Immediately embraced Bibidong into his arms. A strong and mellow fragrance of a young woman rushed towards Cao Mengde, immediately stirring his beating heart. You want to die? Bibidong was stunned. She never expected it. How dare this young man touch her? Once you think about it, Bibidong is about to unleash his powerful soul power and shatter it into powder. She doesn't care about the eyeliner of any sect. The other party's behavior has become unbearable for her. My soul power. What did you do to me? Bibidong was greatly surprised. She, who originally possessed strong soul power, surprisingly had no soul power fluctuation in her body at this moment. Cao Mengde continued to embrace the snake-like waist. Give a strong hook into your arms. Suddenly, a soft force pressed against Cao Mengde's chest. At the same time, the blazing flames finally erupted. Didn't I just prepare to move around? Seeing a malicious smile on the other person's face. There are also ambiguous actions. Bibidong panicked and gritted his teeth in anger. Shameless beasts. If you dare to disrespect me, I will definitely shatter your body into pieces. Cao Mengde suddenly remembered a familiar scene. Once, Sun Wukong exerted his magical power in the heavenly realm to immobilize the 7 fairies and set off. I didn't do anything. Cao Mengde is not a grandson monkey. The wonderful use of soul power confinement cards cannot be let down. Look at him reaching out his hand and touching Bibidong's nervous and noble face. Just stepped on me for so long. Can you continue to step on it? By the way, do you have a secret room here? Let's go to the secret room, shall we? Please request a recommendation ticket. Rich grandpas can give some tips, while those without money can give 5-star reviews. Please support the author. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Yu Xiaogang in a confused circle, seeking votes and positive reviews. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. Yu Xiaogang in a confused circle, seeking votes and positive reviews. Such a noble creature is placed in front of me. How could Cao Mengde have the reason to ignore it? Does he still deserve to travel to the Douluo continent? The first soul skill. Cut. Cao Mengde revealed his golden right-hand martial soul and began to greet Bibidong. It's been almost 3 hours. The bright moon hangs high, and the night is quiet. Cao Mengde still had more than enough desire to go underground. If it weren't for the immediate expiration of the soul power imprisonment card, he would really want to lie on the jade collapse for a long time, singing every night. If you want me to take responsibility, I'm willing to do it too. But I know that with your cruel personality, you will definitely not forgive me at this critical moment. I'll just have to save my life and escape. Ding. Treasure digging system prompt, new treasure appears, coordinates, on the waist of the Shrek student in Tiando City, please start immediately and go dig for treasure. Cao Mengde was about to leave and he received information about a new treasure. Looking at Bibidong, whose papal robe was messy. His noble face was accompanied by an indelible blush. Digging for treasure and digging into someone else's bed, do you dare to believe this? The key is that he hasn't added any money yet. Not even paying for it. Mind twitching slightly. Cao Mengde disappeared into the darkness. The reason why he can come and go freely in the Martial Soul Palace, where there are many experts, is due to the permanent hidden breath card he dug up at the Wang widow's house. Your own treasure mining system can have the opportunity to mine treasures that are crucial to your target in exclusive locations. It is evident that this Wang widow has been stealing from her lover for many years and has never been discovered. Otherwise, we could have dug up such a good treasure. Not long. Bibidong, who collapsed on the bed, regained his soul power. The fragility, unwillingness, and helplessness that appeared on her face were instantly replaced by anger. Someone here. Let out a low shout. Accompanied by strong pressure, the voice is loud. As if the entire Martial Soul Hall was trembling. Soon. A black ghost appeared outside the door. Under the papal crown, what is the matter? Go investigate, who exactly is that beast? The ghost outside the door looked puzzled. Who exactly is that beast? According to the Pope's coronation, it seems like he is looking for someone. Are you deaf? Bibidong scolded fiercely. The ghost felt a powerful wave of soul power surging out of the room, and his voice trembled as a result. Pope! Your Majesty, are you looking for someone? Can you please let me know their name? Bibidong is getting angry. If I know what his name is, what else would you use it for? Exclaimed indignantly. The ghost's face was very ugly. How can I check if I don't even have a name? As a loyal subordinate to Bibidong, the ghost can only murmur in its heart. Afterwards, he gathered the courage to ask. Under the papal crown, what is the general appearance of this person? Yes. The ghost, who had long been startled and covered in cold sweat, lit up in front of me. As long as there is a rough description of his appearance, my subordinate will definitely bring this person to the Pope's crown. Bibidong couldn't help but feel angry. She didn't even know the name of that beast. Even at the ends of the earth, no matter how difficult it may be, she needs to find it all. 91 level title Douluo, the martial soul should be the main body martial soul, with the right hand. At around 18 years old, the figure is upright, the eyes are deep, and the appearance quite handsome. Bibidong really wants to say that he has an ugly appearance. But in order to find the animal that violated her, we can only truthfully introduce it. What? The ghost outside the door was taken aback. An 18-year-old title Douluo. This, I will set off now and send this person's information to His Highness, the martial soul branch of various places. I never thought about it. Bibidong's angry scolding immediately came from the room. What is this person? It's a beast, he's a beast. The ghost was stunned. What exactly did the Pope experience under his crown? I had to nod and say, yes, it's a beast. I will immediately investigate this beast. Before leaving, the ghostly afterglow skimmed over Bibidong's room. Fortunately, Chrysanthemum Pass wouldn't be like this. In the room, Bibidong's eyes are full of murderous intent. I wish I could dismember that beast in 5 horses and pieces. No, that's just too cheap for the other party. After finding it, she wants to imprison that beast in a secret chamber, tormenting, trampling on it forever. Only then can she vent her hatred. A few days later, Cao Mengde has already appeared in Tiando City. He knew that Bibidong was not a simple person, and he would never give up on the matter of the Chamber of Secrets. Hiding is not feasible. Only by constantly digging for treasures can one become stronger. At that time, even if Bibidong finds him, what can he do? It's nothing more than reliving old relationships. Therefore, digging for treasure and becoming stronger is his top priority. And I came to Shrek Academy in Tiando City just to find Xiaowu to dig treasures. Hello, non-students are not allowed to enter. Cao Mengde looked up. How is Blue Bull Academy? The coordinates provided by the system are Skyscraper Academy. Why hasn't the Blue Bull Academy changed its name yet? Let's go take a look first. But at this moment, familiar faces passed through Cao Mengde's line of sight. Fran, Yu Xiaogang, Zhao Wuji, Tang San, Xiaowu, Zhu Zhuqing, and others. Hello, we are here to apply for a teacher position, Qin Ming said gently to the gatekeeper. Please come inside. No wonder the Blue Bull Academy hasn't changed its name yet, it just caught up with Shrek's faculty and students changing places. Cao Mengde pondered for a moment. The Martial Soul Hall has a huge influence, with branches scattered throughout the area. There are countless soul masters on the mainland, and the title Douluo is really eye-catching. It's too easy for Bibidong to find himself. It's better to hide here and dig treasures to become stronger. Once you think about it. After Shrek and his students entered the Blue Bull Academy, Cao Mengde also walked over. Hello, I am here to apply for a position as a teacher. What? Can you be a teacher? The gatekeeper's eyes widened like copper bells. Just now. Qin Ming, a teacher from the Tiando Royal Academy, has just brought in a group of people. At least at first glance, it looks calm and experienced. The other party is obviously not a few years older than themselves. How could he be too embarrassed to speak up and apply for a teacher position? Cao Mengde knew he didn't believe it. Since we need to hide our strength at the moment, if we don't find it quickly by Bibidong, he won't talk nonsense. Waved towards the gatekeeper. After the other party walked in, Cao Mengde grabbed his throat. There's so much nonsense, take me to apply for a teacher position. A sudden sense of suffocation. The gatekeeper's brain was instantly deprived of oxygen, and he blinked helplessly. He quickly opened the school gate and took Cao Mengde to the classroom building. Since there is no need for additional evaluations above level 60, we don't have to waste time either. Cao Mengde has just walked to the lobby of the classroom building. I heard Fran's arrogant voice and saw him take a step forward, confidently pushing his glasses. Up. Level 63 Dragon Pattern Staff Weapon Soul Emperor, Li Yusong, Strong Attack Series. 71 Level Sugar Bean Soul Saint, Xiao Xin, Food Department. Level 66 Star Luo Chess Weapon Soul Emperor, Lu Qibin, Control Series. Level 76. Powerful Diamond Bear Soul Saint, Xiao Wuji, Strong Attack Series. 78th Level Cat Eagle Soul Saint, Flanders, Quick Attack Type. When it comes to the strong abilities of the applicants. The teacher in charge of reception was surprised and said, I cannot evaluate your treatment. Please come with me to see the dean. Cao Mengde understood. This is Shrek, a teacher and student who were kicked out by the Snow Star Prince and wanted to settle here. Not bad since everyone has arrived, the days ahead will definitely not be lonely. Wait a moment. I'm also here to apply for a teacher position. May I ask what teacher cards can I get at Soul Power Level 1? Cao Mengde's soul power and breath are hidden. As long as he is not fully released, no one can see through his true strength. Level 1. Everyone turned around and instinctively became vigilant. Does the other party seem to be trying to make trouble for no reason? Cao Mengde quickly walked into the hall. Intentionally casting his gaze on Xiaogang, while others are showcasing their martial soul and soul power, do you still want to fool through? I understand the rule of first come, second served. Hurry up and evaluate your soul power. Xiaogang. New books require tickets, rewards, and positive reviews. Group ID, 4267085591, end of this chapter. Chapter 3. Tang San, you have the way to take death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3, Tang San, you have the way to take death, Xiaogang's blush. Where is he embarrassed to show off his martial soul and soul power? But seeing that the other side was a young man, I was very unhappy to dare to point at him like this. Thinking to oneself. With his master's influence in the Soul Master realm. Are you not qualified to become a teacher yet? The master came with us, and he is more proficient in researching the theory of soul masters than we are all. Fran saw that Xiaogang could not answer, so he immediately mediated. Otherwise, he will never pay attention to this ignorant young man. Hear Fran's words. Xiaogang couldn't help but stand with his hands down, his head held high and his chest held high, as if expecting others to cast admiring gazes at him. I didn't expect it. Cao Mengde's face remained calm and composed. Master. I don't know. Xiaogang's face darkened. When feeling stuffy. Pop Cao Mengde impatiently slapped Xiaogang on the back of the head. Can you quickly evaluate your soul power? If I cut in a cue midway, you would say I don't understand the rules, so don't take advantage of the situation. Why are you so numb when I talk about you? Besides, the recruitment information for Lanba Academy is written very clearly. A certain level of soul power is required. If it's not written that you're a master, you don't need to evaluate soul power. To put it bluntly, Cao Mengde wanted to see Xiaogang reveal his soul power with his own eyes. But at this moment, Tang San, who was restless beside him, stared with both eyes. Strange. Does this person actually have no soul power fluctuations on him? Not right. If it weren't for the soul master, how dare you be so arrogant? I'm Tang San, this is my teacher. Brother, if you want to fight, Tang San can accompany you. If it's within a plant of incense. I heard the bedding method of a fragrant plant. Cao Mengde immediately turned around, his stern gaze making Tang San shudder. Are you crazy? Why should I bet with you? What qualifications do you have to bet with me? Besides, I asked your teacher to quickly evaluate my soul power. I'm still waiting for the job application. What's wrong with that? You, on the other hand, don't even understand the simple principle of come first, come later, and slander me as a person who wants to fight and cause trouble. Cao Mengde was somewhat angry. What's going on with this group of people? Have you lost your mind? Apply for a teacher position on your own. Just you Xiaogang remains indifferent, can't we just urge him? Cao Mengde extended his finger on Tang San's meddling face. You have a way to take death. Once this statement is made. Tang San was surprised, as if one of his lines had been taken away. Shrek teachers and students stared at Cao Mengde in unison. What's wrong? If you don't reason first, you still have a face that doesn't agree. Even if you go up together, you're just my defeated subordinates. Just rely on you. Tang San's mind twitched slightly as he prepared to summon a martial soul. Yu Xiaojang's voice rang out. Perhaps it's because he can't hold his face anymore. The source of this matter was originally him. Yu Xiaogang, level 29 strong attack soul master, martial soul, Luo Sanpao. Level 29. Is such an old soul master at level 29? The teacher in charge of reception was surprised. As Fran said, Perseverance has extensive research in both martial souls and soul master knowledge. As long as you recommend me to your dean, your institution will definitely not suffer any losses. Yu Xiaogang said that reaching level 29 soul power is very embarrassing. You can only rely on your powerful soul master knowledge to put gold on your face. He thought to himself. You haven't heard of the title of a master. Has the dean of Lanba Academy ever heard of it? Okay, since that's the case, let's wait a moment. After I finish applying for the position, the others will take you to see the dean. The reception teacher is the same as Fran and others. The young man in front of him came to apply for the position of teacher and did not believe it. Since they are in a hurry to apply, they can only receive them. I don't know what level of soul power, little brother. Can you reveal your martial soul? Cao Mengde did not intend to expose his strength. After all, I just fell asleep at the martial soul hall Pope. My soul power, at least stronger than them. Cao Mengde deliberately looked at the Shrek crowd next to him. I see you've been wanting to take action for a long time. Why don't we have a sparring experience? The words fell. Zhao Wuji, Dai Maobai, these two hot-tempered people, are about to take action. But suddenly he was stopped by Tang San. Teacher Zhao, Dai, let me do it. Tang San is so confident. Whenever encountering any difficulties, I always think that I have the ability to turn the tide. Zhao Wuji and Dai Maobai nodded. They have seen Tang San's methods before. Even if you encounter experts, you still have a certain level of self-protection ability. Be careful, mistress. Tang San took a step and looked at Cao Mengde. Tang San, level 32 control weapon soul master, martial soul, blue silver grass, not consulted. Cao Mengde couldn't help but laugh and cry. Why does Tang-san always like to stand out? We must treat this problem for you. You are the first person I have ever seen who is rushing to get beaten. The words fell. Cao Mengde showed his right hand. Immediately, a golden right hand appeared, shining brightly. Cao Mengde, strong attack style, martial soul, golden right hand. As for soul power, it's better than you anyway. Cao Mengde only summoned martial souls and did not use soul rings. Seeing this scene, Yu Xiaogang was stunned and puzzled. What kind of martial soul is this? Can martial souls still appear in the form of bodies? Cao Mengde chuckled. What kind of master are you talking about? You don't even know your true martial soul. No wonder. In the world of Douluo, there are almost no physical martial souls appearing, and it is normal for Yu Xiaogang not to know. But Cao Mengde just wanted to use this to mock him. Seeing Yu Xiaogang's heavy expression, he felt very pleased in his heart. He is satisfied. Tang-san, however, was full of anger and dared to insult his teacher. He also said he has a way to take death. It is clear that Cao Mengde had a way to take death. Be careful. The first soul skill. Entanglement. Tang-san clapped his palms towards the floor. Suddenly, countless blue-silver grasses rose from the ground and rushed towards Cao Mengde. Cao Mengde gave a cold smile, completely ignoring his mother's entanglement. Golden right hand. Go. Cao Mengde raised his hand and waved it. A huge golden palm phantom, facing towards me. With a loud bang, the flying blue-silver grass was broken inch by inch, and in an instant, it all turned into powder. This is not over yet. The attack of blue-silver grass was too weak, and it did not scatter the golden phantom palm. It took a direct shot of Tang-san's standing position. Tang-san was greatly surprised. Such a strong strength, this person's soul power is definitely above mine. Ghost shadows and shadows. Want to run? Did I let you run? As a titled Douluo, Cao Mengde can still deal with Tang-san and his group even without using soul skills. Kneel down. Golden right hand. Go. Cao Mengde waved several huge palm shadows in succession. This is a simple attack method formed by his pouring of soul power, which can also be considered a type of self-created soul skill. The advantage is that you don't need to reveal a soul ring to use it. It's best to use it to hide your strength and pretend to be forced to face. But from the front, back, and upper three sides, a huge palm struck, instantly forming an airtight air wall, constantly compressing towards the center. Tang-san felt an immense sense of oppression. The ghosts and shadows are no longer able to escape. Sleeve arrow. Flying knives. Dragon whisker needle. Tang-san came up with any attack method he could think of. I never thought about it. Bang, bang, bang. No matter what kind of hidden weapon, it cannot harm it at all. Not to mention breaking the palm that came towards you. No. Tang-san let out a shout deep in his heart. I can't lose. The soul power of his left hand churned, summoning his second martial soul, the Haotian hammer. Tang-san exerted all his strength and waved his hammer with both hands. Bang. What? Please request a recommendation ticket. Rich grandpas can give some tips, while those without money can give 5-star reviews. Please support the author. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Cao Mengde faces Shrek teachers and students. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4, Cao Mengde faces Shrek teachers and students, this hammer. Although there is no additional soul ring, his strength is several hundred pounds, which is currently his strongest attack method. Last time when he fought with teacher Zhao Wuji, he used the second martial soul and smashed it, causing Zhao Wuji to have a blue nose and swollen face. The golden palm that came rushing towards me was surprisingly intact, without even a trace of breakage. Is Cao Mengde even more powerful than teacher Zhao Wuji? Just when Tang San was surprised, 3 huge golden palms gathered together. It's too late. 8 spider soul bones. Tang San immediately unfolded his external soul bone and wrapped himself up. Boom. A loud bang. Tang San felt a severe pain coming from his body. Click. Click, the bent 8 spider soul bones have all been broken. Even Tang San had 3 broken ribs. Ah! Tang San's painful cries echoed through the hall. The other woman, third brother, Xiaowu and Xiaogang, looked pale and quickly ran over to check Tang San's injuries. Looking at Tang San with broken soul bones and weak breath, Xiaogang's eyes turned red and he whispered, "Cao Mengde, you're killing someone." Cao Mengde shrugged his shoulders, unable to laugh or cry. I said, why don't you guys make sense? You've all seen it. It's Tang Sanfei who's going to step up and challenge me, but I can't stop him. This is the first time I've seen such a desperate and beaten request from Cao Mengde. Tang San, don't just show off in the future. It seems like you're very powerful. Now you're okay, you've been slapped in the face, right? Tang San could vaguely hear a piercing sound. He really wants to stand up and compete with the other party. However, he exerted his soul power vigorously, and his severely injured body undoubtedly made matters worse. Immediately, his eyes turned black, his brain lost consciousness, and he fainted. Third brother Xiaowu called out with heartache. Seeing Tang San's tragic scene, Shrek teachers were filled with anger. Fran's face darkened as he pushed his glasses. Young man, are you very arrogant? Do you dare to compete with me? My most powerful college is half dead. He can no longer care about bullying others, only by beating them up can he vent his anger. I've said before, why can't you hear me when I ask you to go up together? Is it your ears having problems, or am I not clear enough? Cao Mengde's words are very arrogant. Of course. He has this arrogant capital. However, when these words were spoken by Cao Mengde, a young man, and reached the ears of several of Fran's elders, they felt very uncomfortable. Dean Fran, I'm here. The second soul skill. Powerful diamond palm. But when he saw a man with a short body and sturdy arms leap out, he clapped a strong palm and roared towards Cao Mengde. Cao Mengde gave a cold smile. His expression was somewhat impatient. It seems that your group of people are really deaf. They said they wanted you to go up together and insisted that Hulua save Grandpa. They were too lazy to play with you anymore. It's over, all kneel down for me. Golden right hand. Go. Cao Mengde raised his hand and waved it. The huge golden palm faced Zhao Wuji's powerful diamond palm. I only heard a roar, and a burst of golden light poured down. The powerful wave of soul power stirred up a gust of wind. What? Fran, Zhao Wuji, and others were stunned. That golden palm not only scattered Zhao Wuji's soul skills, but also pressed towards them. The obvious sense of oppression surprised everyone. Although this person did not release the soul ring. But according to the judgment of coercion, Cao Mengde's soul power is definitely above them. Is it a strong warrior at the level of Soul Douluo? Little monsters, quickly stand in the middle. Fran reminded with a serious expression. He immediately formed an encirclement with Zhao Wuji and Li Yusong to protect the students. Xiaogang was also greatly surprised. He didn't expect Cao Mengde to be so terrifying. Not much to say. Xiaogang immediately got into the crowd and stood with the students. Boom, a loud bang. The powerful golden right hand is unstoppable. Whether it's the 3 of Fran who teamed up to resist Tang San, Xiaogang, and others, who were still standing in the middle of the encirclement, were all injured by powerful soul power fluctuations and squatted on the ground. Did you really kneel down? It's too weak, Cao Mengde pretended to be surprised and said. Continuing. He looked admiringly at his right hand. The feeling of not using soul skills to pull people is really satisfying. His body, martial soul, and golden right hand have a tactile sensation. Even the phantom of soul power transformation can still experience the joy of drawing people. How's it going? Do I now qualify to become a teacher at your institution? The teacher responsible for receiving job applications has long been intimidated by the powerful Cao Mengde. Fran's soul power is level 78, and with the addition of several other level 60 and 70 soul masters, he can't withstand the attack of this young man. This person is also at least a soul Douluo level powerhouse. Maybe. It is very likely that it is a title Douluo. If he could recruit a teacher with the title of Douluo for the college, then his credit would be great. Your abilities far exceed the requirements for applying to the college. Please follow me to meet the dean and let her decide on your salary and benefits. How about that? Cao Mengde knew that the dean he spoke of was Lu Erlong. At this time, Fran and others were unaware. They just lost face a lot. I originally intended to leave. But with the vastness of the world, where is there place to hide? Just got kicked out of Tiando Academy. I didn't expect it. When I first arrived at Blue Electric College, I met a domineering Cao Mengde. Teachers, don't think too much. Blue Electric College has always only admitted ordinary students. I believe the dean must be an easy person to get along with, never like. Speaking Qin Ming. He glanced at Cao Mengde and stopped talking. Yes, Senior Qin Ming is right. This is the territory of Blue Electric College, not his territory of Cao Mengde. The teachers of this college are definitely not as arrogant and unreasonable as he is, Dai Maobai said coldly. Boss Dai is right, Ma Hongjun agreed. Even though their voices are very low. But he couldn't escape Cao Mengde's ears. Sigh, he let out a sigh. When did this world start reversing black and white? I came to apply for the position of teacher. I was kind enough to queue up, but it was just a reminder to you Xiaogang to quickly evaluate his soul power. Has this become a rude and unreasonable person? Oh, my Cao Mengde seemed to have suffered immense injustice. He is even more unjust than Do-e. How did Shrek produce this variety? Firstly, Tang San took the initiative to challenge himself. Finally, Fran and others stepped forward and admitted that their skills were inferior. Is it that difficult? Now teachers and students are working hand in hand and throwing a rake. Surprisingly, he said that Cao Mengde was causing trouble without reason. No wonder everyone yelled at Shrek. It seems that there are indeed quite a few bad smells on their bodies. Since that's the case, then we must stay here and repair these people well. Everyone, come with me to meet the dean. Walk along the way. Fran had some doubts. Your dean doesn't live in the college. The receptionist replied, our dean is happy and has been living in the back mountain of the college. Cao Mengde followed them and went together. My gaze drifted on Xiaowu's waist. It looks very soft, I don't know what treasure can be dug out. Feeling the strange gaze of Cao Mengde, Xiaowu quickly ran a few steps, seemingly avoiding Cao Mengde. Everyone passed through a beautiful forest. A delicate wooden structure house appeared in front of me. Cao Mengde immediately noticed the woman in leather who was watering the flowers. Beautiful, sexy, slim, relaxed Xiaogang's face suddenly changed, and he turned around to escape. How long do you have to hide from her? Fran grabbed Xiaogang's shoulder. At the same time, his spare light swept over Cao Mengde. The heavens have eyes. The dean of Blue Electric College turned out to be Lu Erlong. Do you still want to be a teacher here, Cao Mengde? There are no doors. See how we'll humiliate you later. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Cao Mengde subdues Mother Dragon Lu Erlong. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5, Cao Mengde subdues Mother Dragon Lu Erlong. Lu Erlong turned around. When I see that it's the man I can't forget. Immediately throwing away the watering tool in his hand, he flew towards Xiaogang. Xiaogang, is it really you? Xiaogang, I'm not dreaming, am I? Lu Erlong's voice trembled. Look at her reaching out her hand, unbelievably touching Xiaogang's dull face. At this point, Fran showed a proud smile. Intentionally introducing to Zhao Wuji, Dai Maobai, and others in a loud voice. This is the last corner of our golden iron triangle, the killing horn. Hello everyone, I am Lu Erlong. Hear the word slaughter. Everyone trembled with fear. Soul masters who can be named after killing must have very ruthless methods, and the opponent is also a woman, which seems even more frightening. Fatty guy, there's a good show to watch. Oscar chuckled. Xiao Ao, what kind of show did I not see? Dai Maobai held her hands in front of her chest. He whispered to the crowd, since Dean Erlong has a deep friendship with the teachers, the person who wants to apply for a teacher here may be kicked out. A word awakens the dreamer. Everyone covered their mouths and chuckled, occasionally looking at Cao Mengde. You have offended us. Do you still want to settle here? How did you say that? Good deeds are rewarded with good deeds, and evil deeds are rewarded with evil deeds. It's not without reporting, the time has not yet arrived. As soon as the hour comes, retribution arrives. Is this retribution coming too fast? They can't wait to see Cao Mengde make a fool of himself. Boss Fu, is this your student? Why did you suffer such a serious injury? Lu Erlong looked at the young man in blue. At this point, Tang San is unconscious and being carried by Zhao Wuji and Dai Maobai. Erlong. Fran walked over. He whispered in Lu Erlong's ear. That, Cao Mengde. He is also here to apply for the position of teacher. We are strangers to him, and this person started causing trouble for no reason, humiliating Xiaogang's soul power. This person has strong strength and cannot be forcefully challenged. None of us, together, are his opponents. My student Tang San was also injured as a result. What? Lu Erlong frowned tightly. She only heard that humiliating remark about Xiaogang. As for the latter part of Fran's speech, I didn't hear it for a moment. Stinky kid, do you dare to humiliate Xiaogang? I want to take a look, how many pounds and liang do you have? Lu Erlong's hot temper suddenly came up. Yu Xiaogang is her beloved. How can we tolerate insults from others? What's more, he's a kid who doesn't know the height and thickness of the earth. Are you the dean of Blue Electric College? I, Cao Mengde, am here to apply for a position as a teacher. Cao Mengde did not want to escalate the situation. I didn't humiliate Yu Xiaogang, I just kindly reminded him to evaluate his soul power. I can't act like cutting in line, can I? Lu Erlong let out a cold snort. Just mentioning Xiaogang's soul power is disrespectful to him. Cao Mengde smiled. I understand what you mean. Yu Xiaogang's soul power is only 29 levels, which may not be satisfactory. However, before I ask him, how do I know how much of his soul power is? Why would I want to humiliate him? The fact is that, if he weren't a time traveler who knew the plot. As a passerby, casually asking about Yu Xiaogang's soul power is also considered a humiliation to him. Is there any natural reason behind that? It's them. Continuously throwing a rake at oneself, biting back at oneself and causing trouble without reason. I'm not interested in hearing you talk nonsense. Do you still want to be a teacher here? Then let's get through the old lady's hurdle first. Lu Erlong's words fell. A fierce and murderous aura spread. 7 soul rings suddenly rose from below. Cao Mengde shook his head helplessly. This group of people is unreasonable, he can be considered knowledgeable. There is a group of people in the world. I won't cry until I see the coffin. Seeing the coffin without shedding tears. He also needs to check if there are any dead people inside the coffin. Even if there are dead people. This group of people may also suspect that they are faking death. Not bad, all the teachers and students of Shrek are this kind of person. Since communication is not possible, Cao Mengde won't explain much. I, Cao Mengde, didn't want to cause trouble, but I'm not afraid of it either. Since Aunt Erlong wants to compete, I, Cao Mengde, can only accompany her to the end. Lu Erlong swung his fist and rushed forward. What a big breath, I can knock you over with just one punch. Erlong, be careful, Fran reminded. This Erlong girl is really impulsive. She seemed to have missed her advice and was completely focused on venting her anger for Xiaogang. Do you want to defeat me with just one fist? I see your tone is even louder than mine. Cao Mengde remained calm and composed, raising his hand to grab Lu Erlong's fist. Although the fists were clenched tightly. But Cao Mengde could vaguely feel the delicate, watery skin that passed into his hands. This Lu Erlong's mouth is wide open. I didn't expect this young man to have some ability, but it seems that what Mr. Fu said is true. The 7th soul skill. Red Dragon True Body. Lu Erlong's eyes were filled with a fierce aura. Humiliating Xiaogang. You must be asked to pay a heavy price. But I saw a dragon soaring into the sky, emitting a deafening roar. The 6th soul skill. Explosive Fire Dragon Disease. Her fist was filled with dragon inflammation, and her whole body merged with her martial soul, rushing towards Cao Mengde like a shooting star. How do you take this punch? I made you regret being born into this world. Shrek teachers and students were shocked by this powerful aura. Fran's eyes widened even more. My goddess has returned. Attack in the true state of martial soul. Often more powerful than simply using soul skills. Erlong has activated his martial soul true body, greatly improving his own attributes. This blow. It should be her strongest move. But Cao Mengde is definitely not an ordinary person who can defeat them and join forces to a certain extent. Think of it here. Fran's face flashed with joy and began to worry. Cao Mengde smiled calmly. What a irritable mother dragon, let's see how Cao Mengde will deal with you. Boom! Cao Mengde did not use any soul skills. Suddenly raise your hand. The powerful pressure swept away and enveloped Lu Erlong's entire body. Lu Erlong was startled and frowned tightly. Damn pressure. The old lady was almost out of breath, her attack was also interrupted, and her body was unable to move. That's it. A fire dragon was hovering in the air, its body occasionally twisting due to the pain caused by the pressure. Cao Mengde saw that Lu Erlong's forehead was sweating profusely, and he must have already understood the huge disparity in strength between the two sides. He withdrew his soul power to suppress it. How about it? Your mother dragon has been subdued by me, Cao Mengde, right? I never thought about it. Lu Erlong, who fell back to the ground, waved his jade hand. The battle is not over yet, it has just begun. Boss Fu, Xiaogang. Lu Erlong immediately cast a glance at the crowd. The two of them understood and understood. Immediately stand in the right position and start merging. The sun and moon shine, and gold turns. What is this? The fusion technique of 3 people's martial souls. How could there be a fusion technique of 3 martial souls in the world? The teacher is so handsome, the dean is so handsome, and Aunt Erlong is so handsome. Oscar and Ma Hongjun fell silent. Dai Mobai spoke up and said, the martial soul fusion skills of the two are 1 level higher than those of the same soul master, let alone the martial soul fusion skills of the 3. Unless Cao Mengde is a title Douluo. Here Dai Mabai's explanation. Everyone's faces showed smiles of wanting to see Cao Mengde play well. Please request a recommendation ticket. Rich grandpas can give some tips, while those without money can give 5-star reviews. Please support the author. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Cao Mengde, Yi Ao, What Can I Do? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6, Cao Mengde, Yi Ao, What Can I Do? At this point, the martial soul fusion technique composed of 3 people from Flanders has been completed. 3 golden beams of light rushed into the sky. Xiaogang summoned a soul master who looked like a pig, not a dog. In the blink of an eye, he transformed into a golden dragon, waving his teeth and claws in the air, roaring and shaking the sky. Farting is like thunder. Thunder, flames, and 3 cannons. But as the golden dragon took a deep breath, its body began to curl up. Boom! A golden cloud of smoke energy poured down. Cao Mengde originally intended to confront. I'm afraid this stinky fart will stain my hands. With a flash of body shape, hide in a safe area. He even claimed to be a title Douluo and didn't even have a chance to fight back. Ning Rongrong comes from the 7 Treasures Glass sect. Being with the powerful title Douluo since childhood, there is naturally a mentality of not being afraid of heaven and earth, and compared to others, her face is even more sarcastic. Cao Mengde raised the corner of his mouth. It seems like giving this naturally beautiful girl some color to look at. Boom! A powerful pressure rushed forward, instantly controlling Ning Rongrong's body. Go! Cao Mengde raised his hand and shook it, causing Ning Rongrong to soar into the air. His pretty face met the golden light ball shot from Luo Sanpao's buttocks. Not good, stop it quickly, Fran shouted. Xiaogang and Lu Erlong didn't expect either. The other party would be so despicable. It's okay if I'm afraid to take on the recruitment, I used my own college as a shield. Received. Although the 3 of them hurriedly withdrew their efforts. But the golden mist had already formed, and there was no time to spread. Many foul odors penetrated into Ning Rongrong's mouth and nose. Evil, evil, evil! After being caught by Lu Erlong, Ning Rongrong ran to the tree and vomited uncontrollably. Cao Mengde, I will never let you go. Ning Rongrong turned around coldly, his self-proclaimed beautiful face extremely gloomy. Damn it! Surprisingly let her fart. Cao Mengde shrugged his shoulders and said, You have wronged me. You have both the head and the owner of the debt. I didn't fart this, you should go find that master. Xiaogang's wooden old face was embarrassed. What does he have in mind? It's all because Cao Mengde is too cunning. A surprising move that none of them expected. Good kid, it seems that you sincerely want to cause trouble on my mother's territory. Boss Fu, Xiaogang. Lu Erlong let out a low cry. The 3 of them once again formed a martial soul fusion technique. Cao Mengde sighed slightly. Are you saying he's causing trouble with sincerity? It seems that these people are really beyond cure. There is no need to waste saliva. Come on, see how Cao Mengde can turn your dragon into a worm. What a big breath, Lu Erlong shouted angrily. At the same time, Xiaogang was also furious. 2 golden streams of light burst out from the eyes. The strongest mystery of the golden dragon. The original form of the holy dragon. This is a way for the 3 of them to merge their soul power and control the holy dragon to attack. As for what soul skill Xiaogang dared not release. Afraid that Cao Mengde might use any harmful tactics again. Let the students fart one by one. I only heard a dragon cry, echoing through the clouds. The golden holy dragon opened its claws and padded towards Cao Mengde. The matter has come to an end. Cao Mengde smiled slightly and shook his head with a sigh. I originally wanted to get along with you as ordinary people, but what I didn't expect was distance. No more pretending, I am a titled Douluo. I had a showdown. Everyone heard the words. There was no hint of surprise on his face. Instead, there was a clear expression of sarcasm. Is he a titled Douluo? Boss Dai, did I hear you right? What was that kid saying just now? He said he was a titled Douluo. Kutma Hongjun, Oscar and others do not agree. Look at the other person's appearance. Not much older than them. Surprisingly speaking shamelessly. Ning Rongrong covered his small mouth and chuckled, then shouted loudly at Cao Mengde. Do you think the title Douluo is for selling vegetables? Nowadays, there are all kinds of people who can easily call themselves titled Douluo. They acknowledge. Cao Mengde is more powerful than Frand. But at most, they are soul masters at the level of soul Douluo. Title Douluo. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Faced with foolish ridicule, Cao Mengde ignored it. Because next. He is going to slap his face hard and go back. Mind twitching slightly. The soul ring slowly rises from below. Yellow, yellow, purple, purple, black, black, black. Everyone nodded secretly. You guessed well. Sure enough, it's just an 8-ring soul warrior. What? But at this moment, a dazzling red soul ring finally appeared. What is this? Title Douluo. Title Douluo with a 100,000-year soul ring. Xiaowu's face was in an uproar. My body couldn't help but tremble, trying to hide behind others and avoid Cao Mengde's sight. Ning Rongrong suddenly lost his voice and said, It's impossible. How old are you? There's no such young title Douluo in the world. Cao Mengde almost burst out laughing. Did you see it? This is the typical case of not shedding tears without seeing the coffin. A person who hasn't shed tears even after seeing the coffin. Well, what the girl said is absolutely right. My 100,000-year soul ring is fake, okay? The best way to answer foolish questions. That's to cheer and kill. Why waste your saliva when you reason to others and they can't even listen? It's better to conform to the other party. Whatever she says, it's just that. Although Cao Mengde took the initiative to propose that the 100,000-year soul ring was fake, everyone still envied it. Anyone with a mind knows. The flowing red scent is dazzling and dazzling. Where could it be fake? Especially Frand, Lu Erlong, and Yu Xiaogang. Their martial soul fusion skills are certainly impressive. But in front of the title Douluo, it couldn't stir up any waves. Sure enough. Cao Mengde revealed his golden right-hand martial soul. The 5th black soul ring on his body began to flash. The 5th soul skill. Take a photo. Suddenly. A huge golden palm stood behind Cao Mengde, padding towards the golden dragon. A seemingly simple move. But it's like pouring mountains and seas. The wave of soul power rushing towards them was majestic and powerful. Frand and the others stood far away, their expressions twisted. TSK TSK TSK. The golden holy dragon was slapped on the ground with a palm, unable to move and making a strange cry. The 6th soul skill. Grab. Cao Mengde grabbed with his right hand. The phantom of the palm that was photographed on the golden holy dragon was also synchronized, transforming into a claw unlocked at the throat of the golden holy dragon. As soul power increases. With a loud bang. The golden holy dragon was directly crushed by Cao Mengde. The 3 soul masters of the martial soul fusion technique also suffered varying degrees of injuries. Yu Xiaogang has the weakest soul power. His injury was naturally the most severe, with a mouthful of fresh blood spurting out from his mouth, dazzling his eyes and showing signs of fainting. Xiaogang. Lu Erlong, squatting on the ground, rushed up with all his might and helped Yu Xiaogang. The outcome has been decided. Cao Mengde then asked. Auntie Erlong, not only have I passed your level, but I have also passed the fusion skill of the three of you. Can I stay and become a teacher at your institution now? I never thought about it. Lu Erlong's face darkened. Hurt them and want to stay. Foolish people talk about their dreams. She will swallow this bad breath for now, and there will be a chance in the future. We must seek revenge. I'm sorry, the teacher quota recruited by our school, plus they are just right, please leave here. For a while. The frustrated Shrek teachers and students felt very relieved. What's wrong with you, Cao Mengde? What's wrong with you being a banned Douluo? Also mocking the master's level 29 soul power, if you want to apply for a teacher here, they don't want it yet. In other words, you, Cao Mengde, are not as good as a 29-year-old soul master. Seeing a resurgence of sarcastic expressions on everyone's faces. Cao Mengde laughed heartily. Don't welcome me to join. Then I'll just join. Yao, why bother me? New books require tickets, rewards, and positive reviews. Group ID, 4267085591, end of this chapter. Chapter 7. Cao Mengde digging treasures on Xiaowu's waist. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 7, Cao Mengde digging treasures on Xiaowu's waist, you insist on driving him away. Cao Mengde insisted on staying. Don't forget. Do you need someone to guide you as your legs are growing on you? Cao Mengde's eyes lit up. A few steps led to the Grand Tutor's chair in the wooden house courtyard. He sat down with a single butt. It's really comfortable. I will be a teacher here in the future. Listen up, I have 3 conditions. Firstly, whenever I want to attend classes, I will attend classes for whoever I want. Secondly, the salary and benefits will be paid according to the highest standards of the college. Thirdly, when it's time for dinner every day, someone will be sent to call me. Since these people are unreasonable. Cao Mengde underwent a transformation and followed the customs when in Rome. Cao Mengde, you're too shameless. Lu Erlong's beautiful face was filled with anger. She never expected it. Cao Mengde's face would be so thick. Unexpectedly, I want to stay here with a shameless face. Cao Mengde sat on the Grand Tutor's chair, feeling the warm sunshine, his eyes slightly closed. If you have the strength, you can drive me away. By the way, don't think of playing tricks on me, otherwise I'll demolish this college. Lu Erlong suddenly stood up. The terrifying aura of killing spreads. I'll kill you. Erlong. Xiaogang, lying on the ground, quietly opened his eyes and grabbed Lu Erlong's hand, shaking his head at the other person. He knows Lu Erlong's temper too well. So impulsive. It will only bring a heavy price to the college. Xiaogang. Lu Erlong was grabbed by Xiaogang, and his expression instantly softened. With the help of Lu Erlong, Xiaogang stood firm in his body. He looked at the way Cao Mengde was being beaten and said, whatever you want to stay, but I warn you not to harm anyone in this college. Cao Mengde waved his hand. How could he be willing to hurt? The reason why I came here is to mine treasures and become stronger. By the way, prepare a place for me to live. Who is that? Xiaowu, come to my room and the teacher will teach you. Xiaowu's heart was startled and she was sweating profusely. Have you been discovered? Cao Mengde, what do you want to do to my students? Xiaogang asked angrily. But seeing Cao Mengde calm and composed. Speak slowly. What are you in a hurry about? Since I am a college teacher, it is reasonable for me to teach any one of them, right? For a while. Xiaogang remained silent. He had no choice but to walk toward Xiaowu. Why is this girl's face so ugly? Xiaogang thought it was the oppressive feeling brought about by the title Douluo, which made Xiaowu afraid. Xiaowu, don't worry about going. If you are in any danger, someone will definitely save you. Someone saved her. Xiaowu couldn't figure out who that person was. But seeing Yu Xiaojang's confidence reduced her fear a bit. Master, don't worry, I won't implicate everyone. If we refuse Cao Mengde. Not just her. Maybe everyone will be hurt. Well, Xiaowu, you go ahead. The person mentioned by Yu Xiaojang. It is none other than Tang Hao. He knew that Tang Hao had been secretly protecting Tang San. Back then. Zhao Wuji is an example. Just this time. Tang San was slapped unconscious by Cao Mengde. Why hasn't it appeared yet? By the way. He should be worried about being seen by Tang San. It affects my son's cultivation. It's probably tonight. The deadline for Cao Mengde's death is approaching. Xiaowu, let's go. Cao Mengde got up from the grand tutor's chair and followed the teacher who was receiving the job application to the room arranged for him by the college. Soon. Cao Mengde arrived at the room. It looks good. It's a suite, it should be the best room here. Alright, you go out and Xiaowu comes in. Cao Mengde sat straight on the black sofa in the living room. Yu Guang saw the beauty of Xiaowu. Pretty, cute, slim, compact, don't be afraid, sit next to the teacher. Cao Mengde patted the smooth leather sofa. It can be said that Xiaowu is not afraid. That's fake. She is very certain that her identity as a soul beast must have been seen through by Cao Mengde, which is why she was alone with her. Why are you looking for me? Xiaowu asked softly. Cao Mengde smiled calmly. What else can he do? It must be digging for treasure on her waist. Are you eating rabbit meat? Sit next to the teacher first. Seeing Xiaowu indifferent. Cao Mengde became a bit impatient. His face darkened and he said, Xiaowu, you don't want to expose your identity as a soul beast, do you? Once this statement is made. Even though Xiaowu guessed the result, she was still surprised. In order to prevent more people from knowing that she is in the form of a soul beast. Xiaowu reluctantly sat on the sofa. Cao Mengde couldn't help but sigh. The neighbor who played in the secret room, Cao Mengde, said it well. You don't want the series of threats to be really effective. Don't worry, I won't kill you. Cao Mengde spoke as he spoke. She leaned toward Xiaowu's side. After all, he needs to be able to dig for treasures. Don't kill her. Xiaowu felt both joy and fear in her heart. An indescribable complexity. The Soul Master saw a 100,000-year-old soul beast, especially after her transformation, the strength of the 100,000-year-old soul beast greatly decreased, like a treasure delivered to her door. How could Cao Mengde not want it? Does she have any bigger conspiracy? Are there any other requests? Just when Xiaowu was puzzled. A thick palm came from her waist, causing her delicate body to tremble and she suddenly stood up. You. What are you doing? I'm not doing it, I'm just digging for treasure on your waist. Sit down quickly. Digging for treasures. Xiaowu's face was filled with shame and anger. Where is there any treasure on her waist? Cao Mengde's intention is simply not to drink. At the same time, Xiaowu also understands. Why didn't Cao Mengde kill her? It turned out to be greedy for her beauty. Shameless pervert, you can't think about it. Cao Mengde was stunned. What are you thinking? I'm really here to dig for treasure. Do you think I'm going to disrespect you? Are you overthinking it? Seeing Cao Mengde's serious expression. Xiaowu is facing difficulties. Did you wrongly accuse him? Not right. How could there be any reason to dig treasures on her waist? Absurd to the extreme. This Cao Mengde is trying to take advantage of her. If there's nothing else, I'll leave. Xiaowu had a cold face and was about to leave. You go. I believe everyone in tomorrow's college will know that you are a 100,000-year soul beast, including Tang-san. The words fell. Xiaowu's hurried footsteps stopped. Are you threatening me? Cao Mengde spread his arms and rested them on the sofa cushion, with a nonchalant attitude. You can think this way. Xiaowu has a complex mood. She has been keeping the matter of soul beast transformation from Tang-san. If exposed by Cao Mengde, she will feel immense guilt. Are you really just hugging my waist? Xiaowu's voice was very low, and she blushed and asked. If Cao Mengde means something else, she would rather die than comply. That's right, come sit over quickly. Xiaowu returns to her original position. Cao Mengde's gaze fell on her. Wearing a pink dress and white stockings. Standing tall and graceful, with a tall figure. Cao Mengde reached out his hand and placed it on Xiaowu's waist. Undoubtedly, it is a soft bone rabbit. That delicate softness immediately spread into the palm of Cao Mengde's hand, spreading throughout every nerve. The first soul skill. Cut. Cao Mengde revealed his golden right hand. Raise your middle finger. Picked at Xiaowu's waist. This little dance is a 100,000-year soul beast transformation. It should reveal extraordinary treasures. Cao Mengde is particularly serious. Circled around Xiaowu's waist, not letting go of any part, and began to dig for treasures. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. I advise you to use soul skills. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. I advise you to use soul skills. Xiaowu felt the unfamiliar man's palm. A tingling sensation came from her delicate body. The shyness on his face became increasingly apparent, and he blushed. Especially the feeling of Cao Mengde picking it up with his fingers. Itchy and tingling. Is it okay? It's almost over, you're holding on a bit, you should be coming out soon. Cao Mengde was a bit puzzled. He's almost dug out a hole in Xiaowu's clothes. Why hasn't the treasure come out yet? However, Cao Mengde also had unexpected gains. That is the soft touch transmitted into the palm of the hand. The feeling of taking advantage is really good. But at this moment, a burst of golden light emanated from Xiaowu's waist. Cao Mengde was overjoyed. Finally coming out. Xiaowu was so excited when she saw Cao Mengde. She couldn't help but look down. Is there really any treasure on her? But when it's empty, there's nothing. Is this Cao Mengde intentional? Just to touch her? Of course. This kind of treasure detected by the system can only be seen by Cao Mengde alone. Ding! Congratulations to the host for digging out a level 99 title Douluo experience card from Xiaowu waist, with a time limit of 3 hours, although Cao Mengde was granted the title of Douluo at level 91. But he knows that Schro Dinger's cat, Tang Hao, once it appears. It is difficult to defeat the opponent with one's own soul power. With this 99 level banned Douluo experience card, there is no need to worry about this issue. You can mine treasures and become stronger here, without any worries. At this point, Xiaowu looked through the window and saw that the sky was getting late. Since Cao Mengde's so-called treasure has been dug out, she also has no reason to continue staying. I'm going back. Xiaowu stood up from the sofa. Cao Mengde smiled slightly and waved goodbye to Xiaowu. I know you like Tang-san. Don't worry, I will definitely not tell Tang-san about the treasure I dug on your waist. You should also keep it a secret. Xiaowu's face turned red. Hurry towards the door. What kind of treasure digging? This Cao Mengde is just a pervert, clearly taking advantage of her. Damn it! Xiaowu felt very guilty. After all, Tang-san never touched her waist so carefully. Xiaowu walked away. Cao Mengde temporarily included the level 99 Douluo experience card in the system space. Once this thing is used, The countdown will begin. 3 days of speaking is more and less. He can't waste it. Cao Mengde stretched lazily and planned to go to bed. Suddenly, a strong wind blew past the windowsill. Cao Mengde, come out. The voice is strong and powerful, with a domineering side leak. Is it true? Cao Mengde raised the corner of his mouth. Tang Ritian finally appeared. Mind twitching slightly. Cao Mengde followed the direction of the sound and drove away. Until entering a deep forest. Come out now. Next up. A tall middle-aged man appeared. The robe on his body was clearly damaged, but without a patch, it was exposed like that, and it was clearly Tang Hao. In this small place, one could unexpectedly encounter such a young titled Douluo. I haven't been exercising for a long time, and I want to spar with you. Tang Hao takes every step. A soul ring floats under my feet. Yellow yellow purple, black 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 red. Shine the Haotian hammer, majestic and domineering. Cao Mengde pretended to be surprised and widened his eyes. Give people a feeling of fear. Haotian hammer martial soul. Also titled Douluo. Are you the world-renowned Haotian Douluo? Haotian crown, don't make such a joke with me. But Tang Hao's expression remained indifferent. It seems common to worship others like this. Didn't you bully those children very well during the day? I suddenly realized that it feels good to bully someone, so let me bully you too. I don't use soul skills, I only use martial souls. Tang Hao knew that the opponent was a level 91 titled Douluo. If we had beaten Zhao Wuji with bare hands in the past, it would obviously not have worked. Therefore, he just came up with a compromise. Only use martial souls, not soul skills. At this point, Cao Mengde, who had just been trembling with fear, suddenly changed his attitude. Don't. I advise you to use your soul skills and greet me Cao Mengde to your heart's content. Do you really think I'm Zhao Wuji? Do you want to experience the feeling of not using martial souls to draw people again? He is now a person with a level 99 Douluo experience card. Even if Tang Hao has the magic of exploding rings. The difference in soul power is also irreparable. Moreover, Tang Hao at this time still has old injuries on his body. Humph, you're really arrogant. Tang Hao let out a cold snort. I know you are also a titled Douluo, but don't forget, in my eyes, level 91 doesn't make much of a stir. Take the move. Tang Hao swung the Haotian hammer. Jumping vigorously in the air, he smashed towards Cao Mengde. System, using the 99 level Ban Douluo experience card. Treasure digging system prompt. The 99 level Ban Douluo experience card has been successfully used, with a time limit of 3 hours. The countdown is now starting. The 5th soul skill. Take a photo. A huge golden right-hand phantom rises into the air. Like a palm technique falling from the sky, clapping towards Tang Hao. Tang Hao's gaze stiffened. Immediately change the position of the hammer and use an upward swing to smash the golden palm with one hammer. Roaming a loud bang. Tang Hao was forced to bring a hammer back to the ground. His hands were even numb from the shock. What's going on? Isn't his soul power only at level 91? Why is the power so powerful? Tang Hao, do you regret it? I told you earlier to use it together with soul skills, but if you say it, it's like pouring water. Don't break your promise, and let me experience how it feels to defeat Haotian Douluo. Tang Hao's face darkened. I'm careless. If he had known this, he wouldn't have made a wish in advance. Mind twitching slightly. A black soul ring began to flash. The Haotian hammer in Tang Hao's hand suddenly enlarged and rushed into the sky. Look at him holding a hammer in both hands. Give a loud shout. Ling Tian strike. The huge Haotian hammer red phantom suddenly fell. Cao Mengde quickly spoke up and asked. Tang Hao, aren't you not using soul skills? Why don't you keep your word? Tang Hao's face was cold. Is he a fool? Why not use soul skills? After teasing Cao Mengde, he also became serious. Golden right hand, 8th soul skill. Top. This soul skill is completely opposite to the 5th soul skill. Attack from bottom to top. But seeing the phantom of the golden right hand, it rose from the ground. All the trees around were overturned, and a strong wind blew. Bang! The fierce attack of Haotian hammer was unexpectedly blocked by one hand. Tang Hao suddenly became grand and let out a loud shout. Continuing to pour soul power into the Haotian hammer, I was almost exhausted, but I couldn't break the golden right hand. This kid's soul power. I'm still at level 91 during the day. Why is his soul power advancing rapidly in such a short time? Is it a bonus for a certain skill? After all, he possesses the unique skill of exploding rings in his sect. Now is not the time to consider this. Just because he couldn't even win a young man, Tang Hao became more and more angry as he thought about it. Suddenly, Tang Hao retrieved the Haotian hammer and held it back in his hand. The 5th black soul ring on his body detached and came under his left hand. Crush with a click. Desumi hammer. Explosive ring. Tang Hao became mentally energized. With full strength and confidence, he lifted the Haotian hammer and continued to smash towards Cao Mengde's erect golden right hand. Boom, end of this chapter. Chapter 9. New treasure location, on Ning Rongrong's beautiful leg. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9, New treasure location, on Ning Rongrong's beautiful leg, a loud bang. Cao Mengde felt a faint pain in his fingers. But that's all there is to it. Tang Hao was greatly surprised. I blew up a soul ring myself, but I couldn't shake the golden right hand. Tang Hao, can you do it? Stop showing off, I'm really worried about your bones falling apart. Words fall. Tang Hao's face was extremely gloomy. I originally intended to seek revenge for my son. If he can't regain justice, where is his old face? Until now. There is only one last resort. Tang Hao lifted his right foot and took a sudden step. The 6th, 7th, and 8th black eternal soul rings on the body have detached from the body. It's exploding. This time. He shattered 3 soul rings at once, condensing the pure power of the soul rings and integrating them into the big Sumera hammer, vigorously swinging them away. Cao Mengde doesn't want to defend passively. Immediately change the tactics. The 9th soul skill. One hand of God. Grab. The Sodot called one hand of the gods. There are 2 attacks. The first paragraph. Within a certain range, the golden right hand suddenly appears in the designated position. And the second attack. It is to wait for one of the divine hands to appear and activate other soul skills, surprise and attack them unpreparedly, focusing on an unexpected one. But see a golden right hand. Appearing in front of Tang Hao, he transformed into a claw shape. I didn't wait for the other party to react. The golden right hand has been locked around Tang Hao's neck. Cao Mengde forcefully pulled upwards, and Tang Hao rose into the air. Not only was the soul technique of the great Susumi hammer interrupted. A strong sense of suffocation surged into my mind. I thought it was a lively battle, but I didn't expect it to be so boring. Cao Mengde released his claw-shaped soul technique. Immediately activate other soul skills in the form of one of the divine hands. The 4th soul skill. Fan. Cao Mengde is currently a level 99 title Douluo. Significant improvement in various attributes. And the advantage in speed is beyond Tang Hao's reach. The body has just broken free from throat locking. The hot and spicy sensation arises naturally. Pop 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 pop. Cao Mengde lifted his golden right hand. Left, right. Bowing left and right, all fanning on Tang Hao's face. After a moment. Tang Hao only had a blue nose and swollen face, with a strong sense of instant vision after Zhao Wuji was beaten. Pop finally, give it a full charge. As Tang Hao was about to fan away, he sat on the ground on the brink of death after breaking several large trees. Cao Mengde twisted his wrist, appreciating the golden right hand with both eyes. Not bad, the feeling of not using martial souls to draw people is really enjoyable. This word reached Tang Hao's ears. I couldn't help but be extremely angry. Did you not use martial souls? Damn it. This kid seems to be at level 91, and his strength can almost rival that of a peerless Douluo at level 99. If it weren't for his old injuries, I wouldn't have suffered such a disastrous defeat. He took note of this bad breath, and if there is a chance in the future, he will definitely recover it 100 times. When the seeds of revenge had just sprouted in Tang Hao's heart, he saw a huge golden right hand rushing towards him. Fan. With a loud bang, Tang Hao's whole body was like a broken kite, directly captured in this forest. Cao Mengde was a bit surprised. With an appreciative gaze fixed on his hand, he then glanced at the place where Tang Hao had disappeared, probably not dead but also disabled. One night passed. Cao Mengde is still in a beautiful dream. He dreamt of a beautiful woman named Bibidong, being entangled with her. Charming, noble, suitable in size, not enough to eat at the time of 7 in and 7 out, 9 shallow and 1 deep. The system prompt sound in his mind woke up Cao Mengde. Ding, the treasure mining system reminds the host that new treasures will appear, coordinates, right calf of student Ning Rongrong from Shrek in Tiando City. Please move as soon as possible and start digging for treasure. Damn it. How can a girl have the fragrance of a young woman? Damn the system, disturb his spring dreams. At least you'll be waiting for a while. Let yourself finish submitting your homework. Cao Mengde got up from the bed displeased. Start washing up. Martial Soul City, Papal Palace. Waste. A group of trash. Can't even find someone. What's the use of this seat for you? Bibidong's noble face was filled with anger. Standing in the main hall is the chrysanthemum ghost Douluo. Both of them were trembling and sweating profusely. Crown. Crown, I will definitely increase my efforts to supervise the investigation of the 18-year-old title Douluo in various martial soul palaces, the ghost replied with a trembling voice. Bibidong suddenly stood up from the throne. At the same time, a powerful aura of annihilation spread. Ghost, Moon Pass, you two will go to Tiando and Xingluo respectively to personally investigate. If you cannot find the whereabouts of that beast, you don't need to come back. Yes. The two walked out of the papal palace. Chrysanthemum Pass's face turned pale, and he looked at the same kind of ghost. Old ghost. What exactly did the Pope experience under his coronation? And the young man on the portrait, who is he? Why is he so hated by the Pope? The ghost pondered for a moment. How do I know? Be careful when addressing yourself, it's not a teenager, but a beast. Otherwise, if we haven't found that beast yet, we'll just, he said lightly seeing the ghost, she turned her head in terror and looked at the papal hall. Chrysanthemum, concerned and understanding, nodded. Let's start as soon as possible. You go to Tiando and I go to Xingluo. Walk along the Chrysanthemum Pass. He raised his orchid finger and covered his mouth with the back of his hand, yawning a few times. I didn't even wake up early in the morning. It's all thanks to this beast. When I find him, I must vent my anger. Two people share the same mindset. And they are more puzzled. What happened to the person on the portrait coronating the Pope? They had never seen Bibidong so angry before. At the same time, it's not just the Chrysanthemum Pass that hasn't slept well. Cao Mengde also yawned incessantly and walked out of the room. But when I saw a group of people at the entrance of the college, it was Tang San, Xiaogang, and others who seemed to be changing the plaque of the college's name. Shrek College, we are all gathered together again. Looking at the 5 big characters. Ning Rongrong lowered his hands and held them together. A pair of crystal clear jade legs, white and red inside. Cao Mengde is gradually approaching. I can't help but sigh. Cao Mengde, who plays in the secret room next door, said it well. Shrek's 3 beauties have their own characteristics. Xiaowu's waist. Ning Rongrong's legs. Zhu Zhuqing's great white rabbit. Setting aside Ning Rongrong's spoiled temper. This leg can play. Shrek College, such an unpleasant name, why not change it to Mund College? What do you think? Everyone turned around. When it was clear that it was Cao Mengde, his face darkened one after another. Cao Mengde, I kindly took you in. Please don't cause trouble for no reason. Erlong clenched his fist, really wanting to wave it. Taking in. Hear this word. Cao Mengde was very unhappy. Am I Cao Mengde begging for food? Do I still need you to take him in? It's clear that you don't have the strength to drive me away. You. Erlong's hot temper suddenly came up. Just as he was about to take action, Xiaogang let out a scolding. Erlong. Persuasion from loved ones. It is the most deadly. Just now, Erlong, who was still as passionate as fire, looked at Xiaogang with tenderness in his beautiful eyes. Ning Rongrong is different. She was previously teased by Cao Mengde and lost face, which is still remembered in her heart. Isn't it just a title Douluo? What's so remarkable about it? Do you really think you are invincible in the world? With such arrogance, it's uncertain who will kill you in the future. Rongrong. Oscar was surprised and quickly went to stop Ning Rongrong, but in the end, he still couldn't stop him. Cao Mengde chuckled. Don't you just think you were born into the 7 Treasures Glass sect? What kind of bullshit is the #1 auxiliary sect in the world? A sect that needs external support, what's so impressive about it? Ning Rongrong's face suddenly changed. Cao Mengde let her fart in public first. Now insulting her sect again. Ning Rongrong's face was black with anger, with one hand on his waist and the other finger on Cao Mengde's nose. When will my 7 Treasures Glass sect need to rely on outsiders? Cao Mengde, don't spit blood on others. I command you. Apologize to me now, to the 7 Treasures Glass sect, immediately. New books require tickets, rewards, and positive reviews. Group ID, 4267085991, end of this chapter. Chapter 10. Ning Rongrong's legs can play. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10, Ning Rongrong's legs can play. Ning Rongrong's pretty face was filled with anger. She could never have imagined it. Cao Mengde clearly knew her background and dared to insult the 7 Treasures Glass sect. Are you deaf? I want you to apologize to me, apologize to the 7 Treasures Glass sect. Ning Rongrong has been pampered since childhood. Although there has been some restraint after joining Shrek College. But when faced with ridicule from strangers, her young lady's temper suddenly surged out. Cao Mengde smiled calmly. Am I wrong? How powerful is your 7 Treasure Glass sect? It's just an auxiliary soul master. If it weren't for the help of those 2 outsiders, how could your 7 Treasure Glass sect have been in the top 3 sections? The words fell. A ball of anger shot out from Ning Rongrong's eyes. Grandpa Jian and Grandpa Bone are not outsiders. They are even closer to me than their biological granddaughter. Speaking of which. Moreover, both of them are titled Douluo, one with soul power at level 96 and the other with soul power at level 95. Neither of them is more powerful than you, Ning Rongrong continued with a slightly exaggerated tone, but suddenly Cao Mengde asked. The question is, since they are even closer than your biological grandfather, why isn't the martial soul the seven treasures glass pagoda? Why doesn't Lord Ning call them dads? Look at the Haotian sect and the blue electric Tyrannosaurus Rex clan, which one needs to rely on outsiders to support them. I said that your seven treasures and glass sect is like this, is that wrong? Why don't you admit this fact? Ning Rongrong clenched his pink fist tightly. You are using strong arguments to argue. Even if Grandpa Sword and Grandpa Bone joined midway, they are still members of my seven treasures glass sect. And they love me very much. Are you jealous of me for being so serious? Seeing Ning Rongrong's proud and delicate face, Cao Mengde couldn't help but laugh. Yeah, I envy it too much. I envy becoming a title Douluo. Do your two grandfathers have such strength at my age? You. Ning Rongrong didn't know how to answer. Sword and Bone, the two grandfathers are indeed very skilled. But when they achieved the title Douluo, they were all middle-aged. Even the renowned Haotian Mianxia in the Soul Master realm became the title Douluo at the age of 45, renowned as the youngest title Douluo in the whole continent. As for Cao Mengde, who knows how he cultivates? Even though the other party keeps saying they are envious. Ning Rongrong felt that Cao Mengde was deliberately showing off, so she sternly asked. Do you dare to duel with my sword grandpa? Cao Mengde spoke slowly. No interest, no time. I just want to spar with you now. Suppressed Ning Rongrong verbally. Cao Mengde stopped talking nonsense and immediately started taking action. Raise your right hand. The powerful soul power rushed towards her face, immediately controlling Ning Rongrong's body and leading her towards the room. When everyone saw this scene, they all stepped forward. Cao Mengde turned around coldly, with a look of solemnity on his face. I will kill anyone who dares to harm Cao Mengde's good deeds. Say it. Cao Mengde carried Ning Rongrong away. Rongrong. Oscar shouted loudly. He dare not think. What exactly is the good thing that Cao Mengde just said? In the room. Cao Mengde slammed Ning Rongrong onto the bed and glanced at him. This girl. Pretty, delicate, beautiful, pink and tender, let go of me. What do you want to do? If you dare to touch my finger, Grandpa's sword will definitely not let you go. Ning Rongrong was panicked. Struggling with a body suppressed by soul power. Looking at those fair and shiny jade legs, Cao Mengde rubbed his hands and prepared to dig for treasure. Don't shout and scream. Do people who don't know think I'm going to do something to you? Seeing Cao Mengde walking by, Ning Rongrong's face turned pale from fear, and his struggle became even more intense. The other party is controlling her. Throw it on the bed again. Isn't that what you want to do? Cao Mengde, you shameless pervert, our seven treasures glass sect will definitely shatter your body into pieces. But when Cao Mengde frowned. What are you talking nonsense about? What pervert? How could such words come out of your mouth? Do you really think of yourself as a fairy in the sky, and when others see you, they will daydream? Ning Rongrong was extremely ashamed and angry. Cao Mengde, don't be deceitful. What an obvious thing lies before our eyes. Are you still afraid to admit it? Faced with the slander of Ning Rongrong, Cao Mengde ignored and sat by the bed. You have the treasure I need on your leg, I'm going to dig it. Speak of time. Cao Mengde revealed his true martial soul and touched Ning Rongrong's leg with his golden right hand. It's so smooth, so tender, so tactile. Is the coordinate given by the task the left leg or the right leg? Is it the calf or thigh? No matter what. No matter which leg he has, just touch it one by one. Not right. It's about digging up treasure and digging it all over. Ning Rongrong shouted with red eyes. Cao Mengde, you beast, stop it now. I'm going to kill you. no matter how you shout. The roughness of the palms that came from the legs continued. Calf, knee, thigh root, no, don't. Ning Rongrong suddenly froze. Cao Mengde did not go any further. She was quite surprised. It's all said, I'm going to dig treasure on your lap, believe it or not. My gaze continued to wander on Ning Rongrong's lap. Which leg did I dig just now? Forget it, let's do it again. You. Ning Rongrong gritted his teeth. Her mood is very complicated. I never understood Cao Mengde's true intention. But such intimate contact is also not acceptable. Ning Rongrong continued to shout angrily, you pervert, dare to take advantage of me, I will definitely kill you. Or the short blue stockings with lace. Cao Mengde ignored Ning Rongrong's cries. Suddenly joked coldly. Suddenly. Ning Rongrong's face turned red, scorching hot. Shameless. You quickly let go of me. Cao Mengde touched his legs and shook his head. It's impossible to let go. It's impossible to let go in this lifetime. Golden right hand, first soul skill. Cut. Yes. It is not until now that Cao Mengde has officially started digging for treasures. Previous behavior. He admitted. It's taking advantage of Ning Rongrong. Isn't this girl very dragging? Of course, she should take this opportunity to bully more and let her experience the dangers of society. Don't say it yet. These legs are really playable. Listening to Ning Rongrong's curse in his ear. What kind of beasts, perverts Cao Mengde has long been accustomed to it. After all, in order for his system to become stronger, he must not engage in such behavior. Stop shouting, you'll be out soon. After a moment. Cao Mengde felt a touch different from his skin coming from his fingertips. Immediately, my spirit was boosted and I started digging hard. Next up. A burst of golden light caught the eye. Wow. Finally coming out. The treasure mining system prompts the host. Congratulations to the host for digging out the main body martial soul second awakening card from Ning Rongrong's left calf. Do you want to start a second awakening of the martial soul? This Cao Mengde's eyes were full of joy. Leave Ning Rongrong aside for the time being and ignore him. Sit down on the sofa and study the second martial soul awakening card. End of this chapter.